with your, whatever. Again, messing with your sleep, for God's sakes, keeping you up all night, knowing you have to get up early in the morning, not letting you use that as an excuse, like, hey, I got to go to bed or I got to turn in early. No, I don't want to stay out all night, right? Because we deal with those things every day.
Yep.
We need to know what that really means, like what that really is. That is the bottom part of the pyramid. So I just wanted to make sure we understood what that really means, because we could look at this and be like, air, water, food, shelter, like, oh, I got a house and it doesn't really mean anything, and I eat and we eat, but I want you to think of it as them fucking with your food, excuse my language, them fucking with your sleep, like messing with you, with your livelihood,
sapping the resources.
Yes.
Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. It's a bet. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. It's a bet. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. I ain't never really wanna flex my gifts, but I think it's my time. Let me check my wrist. You can never get my shine. I'ma keep on grinding till I reach the top.
We kind of walk around life and, I would say, 1 in a third American has, some of these sort of invisible wounds of mental illness. Okay. And I would say even half of that 1/3 may very well have a personality disorder. Okay.
Yeah.
And, I would say that, you really, really have to be mindful as to how this may very well impact your income, your reputation, get yourself involved legal or whatnot. And so now we are kind of more or less aware of these things. I want you all to be mindful of how to countermeasure these things. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's this concept called gray rock method. Okay. And it's just really, really simple. When you're dealing with manipulation or somebody who is trying to control your behavior, gaslight you, or, simply play games, you might not necessarily know all the different symptomology that's going on. But if you feel that your self-determination is being compromised, and you in man form is like, hey, if it's not something I want to do and I don't want to do it, but you feel that, explaining it like that could cause a problem, you employ the gray rock method. Okay. And that's your sort of inner skeptic, your sort of inner, I'm neither going to be neither here nor there. Your stoicism. Okay. We're not going to respond to the behavior, but you're not going to ignore it. You're just there. Okay.
Got you. So the point is to kind of not react.
Yep. Be non-reactive. They'll say things that, oh, I didn't F your homie. Or, oh, I'm going to, they will say some of the most outlandish and outrageous stuff.
You got a little dick.
They may even try to do it. They may do it. Okay. But one thing about you and your mind, and just so that you're not caught up and you having that sort of bearing, is your innate right to be self-determined and not be pushed off your keel. Okay. And, just simply, you're neither here nor there. Yeah, acting unbothered because you're not giving that person that sort of high that they're looking for. Okay? Gotcha. You're not giving them that sort of, those sort of pleasantry hormones that, whatever sort of sickness that they get out of it. Okay?
Got you.
So just be non-reactive and plot out an exit plan. Earlier than later. Okay. Let me go on ahead, put that in the back chat for you all. And I'm going to throw it in the regular chat. Okay.
Absolutely. So gray rock. So whenever they trying to get you to knock you off your square, they're going to say and do things. They're going to try to find your hot buttons. Now, this is generally what I find when they employ the things that you may or may not have given them with the pillow talk. So whatever information you give, understand that it can be weaponized against you. Because generally, it's these times when that information comes out. Like you're insecure about your shoe size, or you're insecure about your weight, or how you look naked, or your job, or how much money you make. Whenever you have some sort of an insecurity, it will most likely be, and again, Deacon, chime in and tell me to shut the hell up if I don't know what I'm talking about. It is
that's exactly it.
To
Go ahead. You're
try to bust you up and get you off your square, to get an emotional reaction out of you, right? That even so much as like throwing another man in your space, meaning like, oh, my work husband and I went to lunch, right? Or, oh, my ex-boyfriend just came by to drop me off something because, you know, he knows I like blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. It's a shit test. It basically starts at a shit test and can go all the way up into trying to get you to like lash out to do something exactly. So again, the only reason I just want people to be able to like, be like, damn, you know what? So is that what she was doing to me when I did? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what? Go ahead.
Alvin, I'm not gonna lie, you making a little look. You looking like, do I got an OJ a bitch? You getting that look? You like, do I got an OJ?
Wayne Brady.
Do a Wayne Brady got a slap on?
Do I got?
Oh, wait a minute. Do I got?
Because you know we've all been experienced that sort of those sorts of games, and there's also the creating of a crisis. Oh, I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere, or I'm I don't have any money and I'm stuck here and there's lots of guys outside. I'm in a dangerous neighborhood.
Yeah.
How'd you get there? Oh, well,
why are you over there?
You might want to call your parents, or you might want to, hey, okay.
Yeah.
Because the whole point is to get you to come back. Okay. And it reinforces to them that, oh yeah, I still have this person wrapped around my finger. Now here's another little sidebar, and then we're gonna, if we could throw into the video.
Yeah.
I want to show. Okay, so let me show you all here when it comes to boundaries. Okay. Here's a good gauge of boundaries. You mind? Is it possible that you go there?
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Hold on.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, you mind going down to that pyramid there? Okay, there we go. Okay, these first two levels, physiological needs and safety needs, you mind moving up just slightly, because I don't think you can see that very bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
There we go.
It's just because I got to change the size of the window. There we go.
If you can go up slightly, there we go. Excellent. Okay. So you have people trying to interfere with your sleep by yelling at you, cutting your clothes, trying to impact, whether or not you eat and or whatnot. And then there's the safety needs, where there's an employment where they're calling your your people or whatnot, these are usually the boundaries that are tested. Are you following me here? Now these are anything that compromises any of these. Oh, babe, won't you stay a little bit? You know, you don't have to go to work today. Won't you call in and say that, you know, you're sick and stuff like that?
Yeah. Hold on. Can we really get in? Because I think that we think this is more minor than we really do. Okay. Like I want to, because I think this is actually pretty serious, right? In my honest opinion, like this is the kind of stuff that actually really agitates me, because I look at this as like stealing from me, right? Stealing my time, stealing my effort, stealing my energy, stealing from me. Now, physiological needs: air, water, food, shelter, for God's sakes. So when someone is manipulating or changing or f***ing with your food and water, right? Something as simple as putting their fingers in my f***ing food, like that, in my honest opinion, is a shit test, right? Like,
have
so
the lovely ladies not engage in like witchcraft and put stuff in people's food?
Spaghetti, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Cutting up your clothes, right? Throwing your shoes on, you know, throwing out your shoes with your, you know, whatever. Again, messing with your sleep, for God's sakes, keeping you up all night, knowing you have to get up early in the morning, not letting you use that as an excuse, like, hey, I got to go to bed, or I got to turn in early. No, I don't want to stay out all night, right? Because we deal with those things every day.
Yep.
We need to know what that really means, like what that really is. That is the bottom part of the pyramid. So I just wanted to make sure we understood what that really means, because we could look at this and be like, air, water, food, shelter, like, oh, I got a house and it doesn't really mean anything, and I eat and we eat, but I want you to think of it as them fucking with your food, excuse my language, them with your sleep, like messing with you, with your livelihood,
sapping your resources.
Yes. Now we move up to safety needs. Go on ahead, Deacon. Sorry, I just wanted to put a.
Oh no! You go right on ahead. No, go right on ahead.
Yes, because
you're on the money.
That is 100%. Now, safety needs: personal security, employment, resources, health, and property. Right? Like personal security. Employment, messing with your job. We talk about this all the time. Women calling people's jobs, getting them hired and fired, getting fired. Go ahead.
Because you didn't stop it when it mattered. You understand where I'm coming from? You didn't stop the bullshit
down here.
Mattered.
Down here.
You didn't stop it exactly. And next thing you know, your personal identity and everything else is eroded away. Your mind is basically being terraformed.
Got you. So then if you allow them to, you know, mess with your employment, mess with your resources, mess with your health, meaning like, I don't know, changing your eating habits, maybe keeping you from going to the gym, maybe.
Hey, you usually, when does people meet the family members? They meet them early in a relationship or later?
Usually later.
Exactly. Yeah, now you see how that goes. Now you see how it goes. That sort of bottom, that base of that pyramid is a base for a reason. It holds everything else up. Now, don't get me wrong. That's somebody who may be operating in that level. Don't get me wrong. You have people who just operate just on that level, physiological needs. And this sort of, you know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs could be used multiple different ways. But if you didn't set those initial boundaries, you know, guess what?
Yeah.
You know, you're like, hey, I'm only going to stay out tonight until about, you know, maybe 11. And next thing you know, you there until 2. Somebody's seeing whether or not, you know, you have the propensity to be manipulated. Oh, he's willing to lose sleep over me.
Got
you
him.
Tell this person I have to get off the phone or I have to go to work. Are you seeing these are shit tests?
Yep. Got him.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And then we get into love and belonging, friendship, intimacy, family, sense of course. So now she done mess with your food, your sleep, pulling the, I'm on my period 3 weeks out of the month. You know what that means.
Yep.
Mess with your job, resources, health, keeping you out of the gym, right? Knocking you off your regular square, messing up your rhythm the natural rhythm that you may or may not have, received, and so on. And then we get into friendship, intimacy, family, and sense of connection. Now, messing with your fam and your friends. I don't like you seeing so-and-so. You shouldn't hang out with so-and-so. I don't get a good feeling from so-and-so.
And by then it's already too late.
Way too late. Yeah.
Okay. By
Then
it's too late, because guess what happens when when this person believes they're in, or they're fully in, right? Anytime, you don't do anything that they agree with to reinforce that sort of social control, they're either contacting the police or your sister or your mom or somebody else who they can feel that they can more or less reassert their sort of control. And obviously we all know what's next. Your sort of eradication of your own sort of esteem.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of this sort of instead of this pyramid becoming something to where you become an apex of true self, where you're at your greatest, you self-actualize as a damn simp.
damn.
You become that.
Damn.
Because you don't take your own agency. You're allowing somebody else to take that agency for you.
Damn. Okay, okay, so let's bring this full circle. So why is this relevant? This is relevant because the
boundaries.
The boundaries that you set, right? Or the disorders that we spoke about earlier, in those disorders, they're designed to break these things down. And in their own way, they break these things down. That's why it's important for you to recognize what they are and how they do it. Is that, am I
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
Good. So to bring it full circle, because I was the one didn't want you guys to think that we were just on here just talking shit. So with the types of disorders and the types of disorders that we were talking about, they use particular strategies, each of them slightly different, to break you down piece by piece to get them to get their desired end product, being you being a simp lollipoppy, a mushy piece of whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, very much so.
Okay.
Where you're not able to think on your own, and you start doing things and having behaviors that are contrary to your own self-interest.
Yeah.
You go to the store, you start feeling guilty if you buy yourself a sandwich. Oh, I ain't buy this person a sandwich.
Yeah.
When this person is a full-grown adult and they're capable of doing that.
Yeah. That's what's up. Okay. All right. So that's why that is important. All right, man, we are cooking with grease. It took a little bit longer than that. That is by far, man, I think probably the most concise, explanation of those things in the shortest amount of time I've ever seen. So salute to Deacon Salty Balls, because real talk, in a not so long amount of time, we were able to kind of hammer down some of the issues that a lot of us deal with on a regular basis. We see on a regular basis, and we got a chance to recognize as to why. We always hear the clinical explanation, but we never hear about how it's actually represented in real life. And being able to draw the line from one to the other. And that for me is always important.
I'm a